Now, breaking news this hour is the political leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, has been assassinated in Iran. He and one of his bodyguards were killed in a strike in Tehran. State media say he was staying in a special residence for war veterans when the attack happened at about 2 a.m. local time. Iran says it's investigating the killing, and Hamas says the assassination will not go unanswered. Well, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas has released a statement saying he strongly condemns the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh as a cowardly act and a dangerous development. He also called on Palestinians to unite and be patient and steadfast in the face of Israeli occupation. Mustafa Barghouti, who is a politician and Secretary-General of the Palestinian National Initiative. He joins us on Skype from Ramallah. Thanks very much for being with us on Al Jazeera on what is another remarkable day here. First of all, just how surprised were you when you first heard the news that Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Iran?
Of course, it was a surprise that he was assassinated in Iran, but it wasn't a surprise that Netanyahu could do such a crime. I think what Israel did is a grave criminal, cowardly political assassination, something that nobody should accept. But Netanyahu is clear here. What you have in Israel now is a fascist government in every sense of the word. And I think the rise of fascism in Israel is now trying to push the whole region into a global confrontation. What Netanyahu did is a very clear indication that he wants a regional war. And he wants even to drag the United States into a confrontation with Iran, not only with Palestinians. So it's a grave, grave development. And what is most surprising is to hear a person like the Secretary of Defense from the United States, Austin, saying that the United States will defend Israel. They're allowing Israel to act as a criminal fascist, attacking and killing people in Lebanon, attacking and killing people in Tehran, attacking and killing Palestinians, committing terrible war crimes like genocide and collective punishment, and yet they want to defend the criminal, the aggressor, the attacker. That is really very serious, and it shows that the United States has no wisdom whatsoever in responding to what Netanyahu is doing. But I emphasize, what you see today is really a rise of fascism in Israel. You've seen what these fascists did in Sdit Iman, the Israeli prison. You've seen what they are doing now. And in my opinion, both Netanyahu and Gallant and other Israeli leaders are trying to save their skin by expanding this confrontation, expanding this war, and because they want to save themselves.
Well, you're talking about the potential for global confrontation and the escalation right now. We've obviously heard from Iran's Supreme Leader, who says that it is Iran's duty to avenge his death. Hamas's armed wing has said his killing will have enormous consequences, and Iran's Revolutionary Guard has just put out a statement saying it will be met with a harsh and painful response. So what sort of response do you think we can expect from Iran?
I think Iran was put in a very difficult position because if it doesn't respond, it will lose a lot of its status in the region. So I am sure there will be a response. And the question here is, first of all, will this Israeli assassination break the Palestinian resistance? On the contrary, it will strengthen it. Will it break Hamas? On the opposite. Every assassination before has strengthened any resistance groups that was subjected to such atrocity. But will this lead to better Palestinian unity? That's what we hope for. That's what we need now. A Palestinian unified leadership, a Palestinian unified leadership in front of this. And of course, Iran will have to respond. And that's exactly what Netanyahu wants. Netanyahu wants to expand this war, wants to make it a regional confrontation. And the only country in the world that can restrain now these fascists in Israel is the United States of America, if it wants to do so. If it doesn't, then it's going to be playing in a very dangerous game that could threaten the whole region.
Yeah, it's obviously still very early in the morning in the United States at this point in time. What are you expecting? What are you hoping to hear when the United States wakes up and we start getting more lines from the political players there?
If they still have any reason left, they should condemn what Israel did. They should condemn Israel for this assassination. they should force Israel to accept a ceasefire agreement and start a process of de-escalation. But I am not sure they will do that. I think they wouldn't. Unfortunately, Netanyahu has been dragging Biden behind him during the last 10 months. He has dragged Biden and the American administration not only in supporting his genocide, but actually in participating in it. And there will be horrifying consequences to that. What is really surprising to me is where is the strategic mind in the United States? If they get involved now in a confrontation with Iran in the Middle East, which is exactly what Netanyahu has been dreaming about, this is exactly what Netanyahu pushed for when he pushed the United States to cancel the agreement with Iran. If they go in that direction, what will happen to their position strategically worldwide? I think it's a very dangerous situation. But at the end of the day, one has to understand, and people have to understand, that what Israel has done will not break the Palestinian resistance, will not break the Palestinian people's will to achieve our freedom. On the contrary, what Israel has done has convinced every Palestinian man, woman, and child that our future, our liberation, our freedom cannot happen without resisting this terrible occupation and resisting these terrible crimes that are committed against our people.
Mustafa, as always, we really do appreciate your time and your insight into this. Mustafa Barghouti there for us from Ramallah.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.